Today is Monday, July 6th, 2026. We are out at the Hastings parking area at the top of Wild River Road, which is closed due to storm damage. And this is kind of an Evans Notch area. We're going into the Wild River Wilderness on an overnight today. So we're gonna start by doing almost, I think it's like 2 3/4 mile walk down Wild River Road. And then we're gonna go up, I think it's Burnt Mill Trail, over West Royce, and then down Basin Rim into the Wild River area. And then tomorrow we're gonna take the High Water Trail, which has sustained a lot of damage. And I think there's gonna be some route finding and lots of washouts and excitement on that. The water level is really low. We do have to cross the Wild River tomorrow. I don't think it'll be an issue. This is the parking lot right here. There's space for, how many cars are in there? 6, I think, right now, and it's pretty full. There's also a spot at like right around the corner. There's a pull-in, a pull-off at a, what do they call that? Like a logging road or something, and there's one car parked there. Okay, and we're off. I'm gonna hit start right now. Attention hikers. Washouts. Use caution in areas. Portions of the High Water Trail badly damaged. Difficult to follow, non-existent. Okay. I already know that. And we're off. I think the only time we ever drove down this road before it closed, we saw a moose, and it was like right here. Remember? It crossed and went right in here. He had a big rack on him. It was nice. Okay, we're off. Okay, we are 2.7 miles in on Wild River Road. We saw 2 trail runners ahead of us. I think they continued on straight though, but
probably, yeah.
They didn't really have very much with them. And this is the parking area for Burnt Mill Brook Trail. We're going to take it up to Royce and then Basin Rim and then go over West Royce. Okay, and one other thing. They have posted at the very beginning on the main side over right near the parking lot that the Wild River Campground is off limits. And there's a fine of, I think it's not more than $5,000 a person or something like that, which is kind of what we were planning to camp at, even though it's closed. So we're gonna go to Blue Brook tent site today instead, which will shorten today and make tomorrow a little bit longer. But tomorrow is gonna be quite short anyway, so it's fine. Yep, and we're off. We are maybe half a mile or so up Burnt Mill Brook Trail, and we've been walking along the brook. This is the nicest of the cascades / waterfalls. It's probably 15 feet high, maybe. There was one other one that was like 5 feet high near the beginning. This trail has been really nice. Footbed is not eroded, and it's just been lovely. Kind of a steady climb so far. There was some blooming partridge berry, which is the first I've seen this year. And on far out it says that you can actually get water from the brook about 1 mile up. So, and then after that, there's no other water. So I assume that will be kind of more accessible there, but we don't need water. All right, we are at the one water source, and it is not the stream, I don't think. I think this flows into Burnt Mill Brook. So we just cross right here. There it is. I don't know if it's, I don't think it's seasonal.
It looks like it's pretty solid.
Yeah, I think it's not marked as seasonal. So we are in a drought though. Maybe in a month or two it won't be here anymore, but I think it will be. And then we're gonna climb up here. This has been really nice. Black flies are still out here though, and mosquitoes. Hopefully once we get away from the water, I think we're gonna head away from the water now. Maybe we won't have so many bugs. Other flowering plants that I've seen that I have not seen yet this year, pyrola is one. I think that's it. The pyrola and the partridge berry. All right, maybe it'll level out up here. It's just been a steady climb. I think there's like 1,800 feet of gain in the 2 miles, but maybe that included the road walk. I can't remember. Wasn't paying attention. All right. Okay, we just finished up Burnt Mill Brook Trail. And what I can say is the water source, there was one other small one after it, which I think would be unreliable. So that was the water source. And after that, it really kicked up in terms of incline. So it had been pretty gentle incline up until the water source. And then the second half of the trail was much steeper and felt not unlike Stairs Call, I would say. Yeah, but it was still nice. Nothing, insanely steep. It was just unrelentingly steep. And this is the spot where if you want to go to East Royce, you would go this way. That would take you out to 113 at Brickett Place. As you can see, we came up that way, I don't know, a month ago, 6 weeks ago, and then we're going to climb up here to go to like the ridge, and at West Royce we will pick up Basin Rim Trail, which is just basically this trail dead ends and it just changes name and becomes Basin Rim. And we're going to take Basin Rim over to, I think it's a 5-way intersection, might be a 4-way. I think it's 4. I don't know. And then we're going to continue. Basin Rim is going to turn.
It's a 5-way. It's Rim Junction.
That's what it is. Yeah, and it wasn't very well marked when we were here last time. So we're going to go to that 5-way intersection and then continue on Basin Rim, which goes down, right? Is that right? I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Whew. All right. So this part right here is a little bit steep and
Actually,
narrow.
From Rim Junction, we're going to take Black Angel Trail.
Yes.
But Basin
I
Rim
thought
goes it descends way down.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
We're going down. We're not going down there.
We are
At Rim
tomorrow, though,
Junction.
right? Wait.
No.
Okay.
Here, take a look.
Let me see.
Right, our Rim Junction is here.
Yes. We're going to go down.
We're going to take this 4/10 right here over to Blue Brook.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That thing, which is Black Angel Trail.
Yes. Oh, no. Then we're going to.
Basin Rim comes down here.
Yeah.
Goes
We're
down
taking
that
Basin.
way.
Sorry. Basin tomorrow.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah. Basin Trail.
Yeah.
Yep.
We don't want to orphan that, though.
What?
This chunk.
No. We'll come back and do it in the morning or today.
Okay. All right. Oh, redlining. Okay. So we're going to go up. I think there's just one tricky spot maybe on this. That was kind of like wet slab. It's dry right now, though. And then coming past West Royce, there is a tricky descent. I might have to take my pack off. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll shoot it then, or I'll have John shoot it. I can't remember if we shot it last time. Anyway, okay. Let's go. We'll get some views pretty soon, too. We are at a viewpoint that's right off the trail on durable surface as you approach West Royce, and this is looking at Speckled Mountain right here. The haze is crazy. Pleasant Mountain out here, over here, and I'm as zoomed as I can go. Kearsarge North in the distance and Black Cap. Yeah, nuts. It is 78 degrees, and we haven't seen anybody else. I don't think we're going to see anyone today, but it's possible we could see somebody at the Rim Junction. So this is the path out from the trail. All right, West Royce does not have any views, and it also does not have a canister. It's on the 500 highest. And it's right around the corner. This is Basin Rim Trail. an example of what it's like. It's beautiful. Lots of moss, soft footbed. Got thrushes calling, and a little bit of a breeze, so it's been really nice. Not particularly buggy.
Okay, this is the tricky spot. It's quite a fall here. I mean, it's about maybe a 6-foot drop. It's not that far, but you don't want to fall off it for sure.
I'm just gonna slide down this route.
Look at this. This is the safe thing to do. It's the smart way.
Yeah, because your pack will hit that rock.
Yep, as you turn.
And there's really no way.
Going over the
You
top
can't
there.
really go over the top. Or around the other side, because you can show them it's a cliff. All right, that's the tricky spot on Basin Rim.
Okay. And this is the cliff over here, so there's really nothing. Yeah. No other option except for this.
Okay. All right, we're out at the rim junction now. So Basin Rim would continue on, and Black Angel and Basin Trail fork off this way, heading towards the Wild River. So this is Basin Trail, and this is Black Angel, and we're going to take Black Angel down to Blue Brook tent site, set up our tent, and then figure out what we want to do the rest of the day. Tomorrow we will come back out, and there's a junction off of Black Angel that junctions with Basin Rim, so we're going to go up to there, drop our packs, and then just take the little chunk, Basin Trail. We're going to take the little chunk back to this junction so that we don't have to miss it on the red line, and then go down Basin Trail to Wild River Campground, which from here is 2.2 miles. And then we get to cross the Wild River. So we'll deal with that tomorrow. So Basin Rim, we just came this way. It continues on. And then this is the other side of Basin Trail. It looks like it's going uphill right here, but actually it's going to go very steeply down almost immediately, and it goes right by that humongous cliff. I have a video up called Royce's, I think it's called, or East and West Royce, from last month, 2 months ago. You can see that there. It's nuts, and there's a nice waterfall down there too, closer to the campground. Okay, here we go, heading out to Blue Brook tent site. Okay, we are at the Blue Brook tent site. When you first come in, if you just keep kind of walking straight, you'll get on a spur trail that takes you to the top of a waterfall, and that's the water source. There's supposedly 3 tent pads. We took the first one we saw, which is this one. It has a fire pit. And there's, I mean, there's 2 other tent pads somewhere. I haven't found them yet. I think that there might be one over here. And there's a way to come down to the bottom of the waterfall. Oh, here's a tent pad right here. This one. And then there's revegetation signs all over the place in here. So that's the second site. And the third one is probably right here. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know. I guess this is it. That must be the third one. I can hear the water. I'm not really sure how you get down to the bottom of the waterfall. And then this is revegetation right here. We'll check it out later. What we're going to do now is go back out to the trail, take the Black Angel Trail 0.7 towards the Wild River, which unfortunately is all uphill. But we're going to go up and bushwhack. I think it'll be like a 1/4 mile bushwhack to get to Blue Brook. I think it's called Blue Brook Shelter Peak or something like that. It's on the 500 highest. So the actual bushwhack portion should be like 0.23 each way. And not very much gain. Most of the gain is actually on the trail. So that's our plan. We got here at 2:20, 2:15. We're just kind of enjoying the silence. Haven't seen any hikers all day. And I don't think we'll see anyone at all. So this is the Blue Brook tent site. We are up now on what is this called? Blue Brook Shelter Peak. And the summit area is pretty flat. So right now we're heading towards where I have a pin. But there's a spot behind us that looks like it's higher, so we'll see. And the bushwhack was very simple. It's just whether we can find the jar. Does not look like it's here. All right. I think it might be behind us. This feels lower. And this is the reality of bushwhacking. Some places don't have jars. And you just kind of wander and hope you hit the high point. But I'm going to keep looking. Blue Brook Shelter Peak. I don't know why I can't get that out. But this is basically what it's like up here. And I have a signal. I don't know. How many bars do you have? I think I have one, but I might even have two now. For Verizon. All right. I think we should head back this way and take a look. All right. We made it to the jar. It actually is the spot where as we kind of came up from this side and walked through there towards the place where I had a pin set. And I looked over and thought, this looks higher by about 5 feet. And it turned out it is higher by about 5 feet. So anyway, there's 2 little booklets in there. They're not like spiral bound. They're just like pieces of paper stapled together. Both were placed in 2019. And they have signatures in both. So we just signed the big one. There was one other check-in from 26 in that. And I think the other one had 2 or 3 from 2026. So there are people up here. And there you have it. We're going to head back basically the way we came. And the bushwhack portion was really quite good, quite open, and quite short. And I think we also didn't go quite as far down the trail as I was initially planning to. So
It worked fine.
It was totally fine. If you look at slope angle, though, this might be one where it would help you. Because if you think I'll just set out from the campsite, there's a lot of black over on that side. I don't know. So you might be able to make your way up it, though. It looks like
This takes you so close. If
I
you
know.
if you take Black Angel up,
Yeah,
you get so close to the summit.
it's like 2/10 or
yeah,
less.
2/10.
Yeah, it was
So
easy.
To go straight from the campsite seems crazy to me.
Yes, but there are lots of crazy people.
Very crazy.
Okay, heading back. We're going to go try to find a way to swim or dunk ourselves and get ourselves ready for dinner. All right. Okay, so there's a trail that goes to the water source at the top of the entrance when you come in. And so on my Far Out app, it says there are 2 spur trails, one that gets to the top of the falls and one to the bottom of the falls. But there did not appear to be an actual spur trail that came to the bottom of the falls. Everything up in the campsite area is revegetation all around it. So we decided to come out to the top of the falls and see if we could walk down them. And we could. So this is the very bottom part. It goes further up and it's less steep. This was definitely the steepest part. And so you come down on bare rock along the left here, and then we crossed above this lip. We crossed right over to here and came down here, and now we're here. So there's a little pool. It does not look very deep, but we're gonna go in anyway. We were gonna get cleaned up, and it just was kind of not super hot today, but pretty humid still. And anyway, we're gonna swim. There were 3 backpackers that were like checking out the site when we got back from doing that bushwhack, and they left. So I'm not sure why. There's still tent pads up there, but whatever. I don't know where they're going. Maybe they just came in for water. I don't know. But this is Blue Brook, so I don't know if this is Blue Brook Falls. I don't know what this is, but Very cool. So when we're done, we're gonna have to climb up this. This was the hardest part right there, that last jump. And then we will refill our water up at the top. Okay, good morning. It is Tuesday, July 7th. And we are leaving the Brook tent site. We actually shared it with an Outward Bound group last night. They were really quiet. Okay, so we are going to take Brook connector, which is like 0.2 of a mile, I think. And it's going to bump into the Basin Trail. And we need to take a left and head down towards the Wild River. But first we're going to drop our packs and go 0.2 of a mile back up to the rim junction so we don't orphan that little sliver. And then we'll come back, pick up our packs, and head down to the Wild River campground. And then we'll cross the river and get on the high water trail. Take it back to the car. That's our plan. I think it's going to be kind of exciting because we got a water crossing that is not simple usually. And then the high water trail itself is not simple. Okay, we've got, this is partridge berry. I just saw back at the tent site there was lots of blooming dewdrops. I thought I might see some here, but I don't. All right, we're off. I think it's around 8. We just finished the Brook connector, super easy, basically flat. And now we're gonna head up to the rim trail. We just dropped our packs. I don't think there's anything to be said about this section. We are on Basin Trail, and this is Brook Cliffs right here. We're walking next to Brook, coming down, and I think we're gonna have a view out right at a pool of water, looking up to the cliff. It's mentioned on Far Out. It says it's 100-foot cliff. So that's pretty cool. Okay, a little further down the trail, there's like a little spur path off, and it comes right to a nice pool. It's actually a really nice pool. I don't think it's that deep, but there's water flowing down right there. And then here's the cliff. That's pretty neat. Brook Cliffs. We're a little past the cliffs, and now we've got like a little gorge here. It's really very pretty. I don't know if it shows up very well on video, but pretty cool. And then it just goes into, it looks like it's going into like normal, typical stream. Prior to this, there were like cliffs on the side over here, and then the left side was like sliding flat rock the whole way down. It was really nice. It's very picturesque. All right, this is Basin Trail. So right back here is the wilderness sign, and we immediately have bog bridges. They look like they'd be slick. I think we're less than 0.2 from the Wild River campground. So we're gonna go into the campground and then out of the campground almost like immediately. Just have to pick up a different trail.
These bridges need some chicken wire.
Yeah, they do need chicken wire. I'm being super careful on them because they look slippery. All right, so this has been Basin Trail. Wow, I really liked it. And the other side is nice too. It has that nice waterfall on it, but this was really pretty and very easy. The trail was well maintained. It looked like it had brushing and drainage is cleared this year. So yeah, this is nice. We just came through the campground that's closed. And now we're out on the Wild River Trail. We're gonna take it a little ways down, and then we're gonna do our ford to get over to the high water trail. So like our car is behind us, but the place to cross is further south. So that's what we're gonna do. We did this ford once. I think it was later in the year, quite a bit, but the water levels are low. That time we did it barefoot, which was not ideal. So this time we have shoes that are appropriate for water, and I think we're gonna be okay. That outward bound crew did the crossing yesterday. That was like mostly, looked like high school kids. So I think we'll be all right, and they had humongous packs. They're out for 11 days doing a mix of hiking and bushwhacking. So more power to them. Right next to the Wild River now. So the actual crossing that is marked on Gaia and that we did last time is right up near this huge washout, and it's really hard to get back up the other side. So we have decided to come out here where it was simple to get down. I mean, literally, we just walked right out right here. And John thinks it's going to be hoppable from here. It looks like it could definitely be hoppable down there. Hey, John. Okay, I guess we're going this way. There you have it. I'll probably backtrack, 200 feet in there to make sure I don't miss any of that trail, that section of trail. Man, I carried my shoes for nothing. All right, here we go. So right over here is like the footing to an old bridge that is now gone. And the crossing is supposed to occur there. And then you're supposed to like come down here and come up. And the last time we did this, we came out there and then had no idea where the trail was going to go in. I don't think it showed on Gaia, actually. No, I mean the crossing, because it's Mariah Brook Trail that crosses. And so we just actually scaled this washed out cliff, which was really hairy. I think I came up near that tree over there. Yeah, so this is the damage along here. I didn't zoom in, but it's not great. So as we were coming back to retrace our steps, and you can see maybe the purple is where the trail is, and the green is how our crossing went last time. So we're gonna go back a ways, and there's a junction sign, and it cuts back down to the edge of the water. So we're gonna go at least complete that.
About 250 feet.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that whole thing.
I'm not crossing.
No, I'm saying you
Oh.
don't even have to go all the way down.
Really?
Yeah.
We've done some of it?
We've done some of it. We came up it, and then we came out.
Really?
Yeah.
How?
This is what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we did this. This
Well, I
is
know.
the trail.
That's the water on the other side.
Okay, yeah.
That's
So
what I'm
we'll
saying.
just go down to the water.
Yeah, I'm just going to go down to the water. For completionist's sake. Okay. So now the adventure begins. And the water crossing where we did it was totally the way to do it. It was like the Wild River Trail is like an old logging road. And then there's like 40 feet of open woods. And you just walk out literally to the edge of the water. rock hop across it, and then it's like a 5-foot climb, just stepping on rocks, climbing up the edge. It was so easy, and the trail was right there. So I would not recommend following the high water or the Mariah Brook crossing. I think that's significantly more difficult. Okay, and here it is. So campground is across the way, and then we're gonna take High Water Trail that way. This is running together. High Water runs together with Mariah Brook briefly, and then Mariah Brook is gonna go to the right and climb along Mariah Brook instead of the Wild River. So this is the part that we missed last year, or 2 years ago, whenever it was. Would have been easier if I had known it was here. Oh, it's a bit overgrown, huh? It's wet and overgrown. Is that the trail?
I think the trail is through there.
Oh, yuck. Yeah, so you're gonna bushwhack anyway. You don't have to go through there.
You don't want to be completionist?
I mean, I don't want any ticks is what I don't want. Okay. That takes you out to the, it's not as boggy. Huh?
It's all water in there.
Yeah. I wouldn't go that way. Okay. I guess this crossing is a choose your own adventure. But the way we went was not very adventurous, and I highly recommend it. Also, there are ghost pipes, finally. This is the first area I've seen any this year. All right. Now, back to where we came out. So we've come to a spot where, I mean, I don't know if it's washed away or not, but we're going right along a washout. The trail sort of looks like it ends. So we're just gonna head up. I haven't seen any flagging. Yikes. Okay, so this was the first washed out area that we had to navigate around. And we came up, but not super high, and then just kind of came through, and we found one piece of flagging near the end of it. So there didn't appear to be an actual trail anywhere in there. And we're not back on the trail yet. I'm not sure where the heck it is. There's still some washout right where we are. So I'm just gonna head this way. Hopefully we'll get on an actual trail soon. We are making our way down the High Water Trail, and it periodically pops out to the edge and then has to get re-designated. So there's pink flagging. I'm probably on the wrong side of it here. And it's been hard to see it coming our direction sometimes. I feel like it's definitely flagged for people coming in on the High Water Trail, but I don't think we've gotten too far off. And we have had to go through some areas like that. That's just overgrown grasses and stuff. Had at least one. Oh, here's a piece of flagging that came off. Right there. Okay, so it's been an adventure. There were sections of it so far that were really fast, flat, away from the water. Lots of moose activity. But when you get up close to the water is when everything kind of gets rerouted. You gotta pay attention. So we are doing a crossing now on Bull Brook. It is flagged. It's a little tricky to spot the flags, but there's one on this tree right here. We came from this way, so it was less important, but now I was like, where do we go? There's a flag hanging right there. Right there, so we're gonna cross there.
There's a flag over there too.
Is there really?
Yeah. So I guess you're supposed to go over this central thing. You can't see
A
it
flag
there.
over here?
Yeah, if you lift it up higher, you'll see it.
Oh. Well, this is a spot on Gaia where there's like a little loop trail and a straight trail. So maybe that's the straight trail.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're gonna cross here. Looks like it's gonna be simple. Right after that crossing on Bull Brook, you come out to the junction with Shelburne Trail and High Water. So we've done Shelburne. We did the crossing down here, and it was, I think it's you cross Bull Brook and the Wild River, and the Bull Brook crossing on Shelburne was also confusing. Like, I don't know. I know we walked around a little bit there. All right, 5.3 miles to our car. Okie dokie. This has been okay. The worst part was the very first thing where that huge washout was.
Yeah.
That was not very nice. But everything else, the washouts have been small and pretty well marked. I'm liking it. In 2017, there was a large storm and it created this island over here. And the trail crosses and goes to the island and then crosses back over. So the trail maintainer has flagged a route along here so that you don't have to do those crossings, especially in times of high water. So that is what we're doing. We've got a nice stand of washed out trees right here. All right, and up we go. Okay, we're back on the actual trail now. So we took the bypass and it was very well flagged. A couple places we lost, like couldn't see the next flag, but it was obvious where to go. And then you right away would see like 3 pieces of flagging. It was good. Some of it was, I mean, it's not like a maintained trail, so there's a couple blowdowns and there's some side hilling that's really side hilling, but nothing major, and it didn't go on for long. And the 2 crossings at either end that were for the actual trail would have needed to be weighted, but they were not like huge, wide open, deep crossings. They just didn't have enough rocks for rock hopping. So if that's your jam, you take the actual trail. I don't know what the rest of the condition of that is, but we'll come back and probably hit that some other time just for the sake of being complete. Ooh, look at that slime mold. Very cool. We have maybe 2 miles left of the high water trail. Since we've joined back to the actual trail after taking that bypass around the island, it's been really fast going. Lovely. Goes next to the water, Wild River, and then it cuts away, then it goes back. Very nice. Okay, we're back at the bridge, the Hastings Bridge. So we do not have to ford the river. And the car is right around the corner. Yay. We just hit 20 miles for the 2 days. There's the road going along right there. And there's a whole bunch of people parked at the gate. We did not park at the gate. Looks like they have a dog. So there is a gate right over to the left here. And then the parking lot is down and around, and that's where we're heading, to the right. Okay, that was awesome.